and those who have died since serving our country. And we're joined by men and women who have served and lost in the Second World War and also since. And I want us today to remember Tom as well, as he serves in the army. But I also want to remember those who were killed and also those who were left frightened and isolated during the night of Kristallnacht, which was an attack on Jewish homes in Germany and Austria on the 9th of November, 1938. And it was the beginning of violent disruption against Jewish people throughout Europe. And it was our men and women who fought in this country that enabled the Jews to return to their homeland in 1948. And it was those men who fought who enabled Jews in this country to continue to live in freedom, because Nazi Germany didn't make it to this island. Had they have done so, then our lives would have been quite different. So we want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for to you, our servicemen and women. And I want to thank June that despite the fact that she lost her father in the Second World War, and it was a terrible loss at such a young age and left the family destitute really and in extreme difficulties, that she held on to the Lord and is still praising God for his goodness. Such is the love that she has for Yeshua. So what we'd like to do then is to stand and just have 2 minutes of silence, and then Lenora will play the last. Before that, sorry, I'd forgotten. Ed, can you come out? Before that, I'd like Ed to read a poem. The microphone's down there, Ed. It's down there, the microphone. And at the end of the poem, we'll begin the 2 minutes silence, and then Lenora will play.
It's a poem by a well-known First World War poet, Wilfred Owen. Dulce et decorum est. The title is a Latin phrase, is from the Roman poet Horace, which translates as, "It is sweet and fitting to die for one's country." Bent double, like old beggars under sacks, knock-kneed, coughing like hags, we cursed through the sludge, till on the haunting flares we turned our backs, and towards our distant rest began to trudge. Men marched asleep. Many had lost their boots, but limped on, bloodshod. All went lame, all blind, drunk with fatigue, deaf even to the hoots of gas shells dropping softly behind. Gas, gas, quick boys! An ecstasy of fumbling, fitting the clumsy helmets just in time. But someone was still yelling out and stumbling and floundering like a man in fire or lime. Dim through the misty panes and thick green light, as under a green sea, I saw him drowning. In all my dreams, before my helpless sight, he plunges at me, guttering, choking, drowning. If in some smothering dreams you too could pace behind the wagon that we flung him in, and watch the white eyes writhing in his face, his hanging face like a devil sick of sin. If you could hear at every jolt the blood come gargling from the froth-corrupted lungs, obscene as cancer, bitter as the cud, of vile, incurable sores on innocent tongues. My friend, you would not tell with such high zest to children ardent for some desperate glory the old lie, dulce et decorum est, pro patria moriae.
Let's just stand for 2 minutes and remember. We must the sacrifice of our men and women in the wars who protected this island and protected liberty and freedom. I want to thank all the men and women who are here today who served in the force and appreciate what you've done. I really appreciate today in serving our country. Not only the guys in the army,